Hey, what's going on? What's up, guys? Just getting things set. 1 second. Um, okay. All right. So, pretty pumped up about this one today. I got a lot to say about it, and I'm kind of in the zone right now, so I'm just going to go. If there's people in here at the end that want to ask questions and let me fill you in on all the exciting stuff we got going on right now on how we're literally going to change the game right here for Twitch streamers. And man, it's a beautiful process and I'm super excited about it. But I got a great podcast that I got to get out of the way first. um I've taken a few days to stop and reflect and reset after doing a big push. I know I'm like, a lot of people are like, dude, you're always working. I'm like, yeah, I am. Like, my mind is a lot of time. I intentionally have to calm it down, but actually, uh, like, I don't know. What's your definition of work? Would be the next question, I guess. So, in my opinion, when your mind is at work, you are working. Um, but I didn't stop everything. I stopped and took a breather and caught up on rest just for a second so I could reassess, and after the dust had cleared for a second, and formulate the next look at what the next step is. Because it was it's one of those situations that you could view in an empowering way or a disempowering way. And the empowering way might be we were at a certain spot, and then afterwards our momentum train got halted for just a second. But instead of my mind racing right back, like, how do we get right back to where we just were immediately? That's never good, man. That's a complicated answer. The right answer is like, what do I want? Why? Reconnecting to my purpose. Again, a large chunk of this that I'm going to talk about. And oh, what's the next way to put it? Reconnecting to that purpose. And then, like, how do we take that next step? There we go. How do we take just the next step? Not the next 3 or 8, the next one. We're here. How do we get to here? So, all right, I'm just gonna go. We're talking about creating that stream team, but why ours is better than everybody else's. In fact, I'm not even gonna say better. That's right. I love improvement personally. Like, I'm one of the rare few, but I want to say that my version of what a stream team looks like is not an improvement. It's something completely different. It's a brand new opportunity. The way the game is played is, different. And it's, man, I'm so excited about this podcast. I'm just gonna get going right here and do the actual thing. So here we go. On your mark, get set, and what's up, guys? And today I wanted to talk about how I am currently, right now, right this second, looking for the elite. I don't like that. I didn't like it. I'm going to stop it. It is what I'm doing, but I don't want to lead with that. Stop. I was just telling my wife, I was like, if I can get past the first 30 seconds, I normally don't stop. It normally takes me just one take, but you guys saw it there. There was a fumble. Okay. Here we go. And on your mark. And get set. Three, two, one. What's up, guys? Today, I want to talk about the secrets to creating that stream team that you want, and pretty much why the stream team tactics that I teach and we teach here at Geared Up are not they're not just better. This is something completely different. This is a new way to play that game of make money streaming. And, I got to tell you, it's not for everybody. It's only for the elite, only for the best of the best. Because, I'm just going to say right now that the average streamer probably can't handle it. And I'm about to talk at length why, and stir some trouble up today, really. So I'm just in one of those moods, be forewarned. So, thinking about whenever I was looking for the elite, I think back to Rainbow Sits a lot. I was doing some talking in the Twitch streaming and networking community, and this guy was having some issues kind of figuring out what direction he wanted for a stream, or if he was wanting to stream anymore. And, I told him, I was like, hey, it's like, I use Rainbow Six Siege a lot to check in with where I'm really at, because there was a time in my life where it's like I kind of like shut all my feelings down at once. Like there was so much pain that I chose to numb myself and not allow myself to feel things. And that was a very dangerous spiral, of course. That's not what I'm talking about today. But by doing so, I needed, once I realized I had done this to myself and this was the problem, and I wasn't physically moving, I wasn't feeling any emotion because, going off of the Tony Robbins quote, emotion is created by motion. I wasn't moving and I wasn't feeling anything. And so I needed to have a gauge to figure out where I was. And in my routine of getting headshots every day, I would do 100. And based on my performance and my behavior in game, I would assess myself. If I was having a hard time focusing, my aim would be terrible, in the game. If I was rushing into rooms and not properly cutting angles, guess what else I was normally doing in real life? The same thing. So I was asking this guy questions, and I was like, hey, it's like, what do you like about your favorite game? What about that game pushes your buttons? And, the guy really liked mechanics, and I really like mechanics, geared up, so, and I've been talking about the ultimate sales machine that I've been reading by Chet Holmes. It's kind of all about building the ultimate stream machine right now for me. And for this, I was also looking for the superstars. I wanted a team, and I'm the guy who picks the operator. Like I'm the last one to pick the operator. Like I look at what the squad composition already is, and then I optimize. I'm like, how do we put a bow on this team composition? I'm usually that guy. And I want to feel contribution on my team too. I'm looking to give all of myself to the team, and I don't want to be carried. I didn't want to be on a team where everybody was like, just, they're so good that it's like I didn't even deserve to be on the playing field with them. I didn't want anybody to carry me. I wanted to play. I wanted to do my part. And that's no different whenever I was streaming full time. And that's no different in my business. I never wanted to be carried. I never wanted to be handed momentum. And, I've never been one for that. And I don't understand that mindset. And, through this and wading through just playing Rainbow Six Online, sticking to that analogy and streaming to an audience and not being exactly sure how to find how to find a team, because like everywhere you look, there's them. I talk about them all the time. Kids. Now, don't mistake this. Kids doesn't necessarily mean age for me. It's like either tiny kids, like why are you playing this violent first person shooter game? And then there's the kids that are actually old enough to contribute to the team if they chose to, but they're just still got that kid mindset and they're looking to troll and mess stuff up. And it's like, to quote Conor McGregor, get the fuck out of here. So doing all of this, like kind of a mixture of doing everything plus trying to please everyone. Like I have things to contribute. I was like, health. I know health. I can help you lose 100 pounds. I can help you get abs. I can help you stretch and feel better about joint pain. And at the same time, I was also like, hey, online marketing, which, big game. Lots of different ways to play and lots of different operator types. Speaking of operators. And, I was highly confused on where I fit in. Like I knew I was the guy that optimized and rounded out the team, but I was being, I was not playing on the right teams. I didn't have the right people. And I was getting so frustrated at everything. And it was because I was confused with myself. And that was my big issue that I actually ran into. I had forgotten my why. And whenever I was streaming, I was like, I don't know if, my time is best being spent here anymore. And it hurt so bad because I had poured my heart and soul into having this successful stream. And then, those questions that no streamer really wants to think about really is like, what happens if Twitch stops liking me and bans me? There goes all my hard work. Or even worse, what if I just don't want to do this anymore? And, this isn't what, have you ever done that before? You just you reached a goal. You were like, I want to be a streamer. And now you are. And you're like, is this all there is? It's like, I was at that place and it sucked and it hurt. And, with this constant stuff plaguing me, the forgotten why, the talking to and trying to please and serve everyone, like that was a huge mistake. And then I didn't even know, how do I find the who? Like, how do I actually get the elite teammates? And so first I knew that I was going to have to play full out. I was going to have to make the changes in myself to where I could raise my own efficiency, my own energy, my own skill set. And, that involved telling people about it too. I had kind of like hidden in the shadows and learned how to use all these different tools and skill sets. And I was still just because of the forgotten why and what, I lost the overall goal of the mission because of identity crisis, essentially because of confusion. And so I was going to play full out and I was going to give 100%. And I realized, I listened to this talk live at Funnel Hacking Live this last year in Orlando from Tony Robbins, and he went backwards in order of importance. He's like, a good strategy will save you 10 years. And the story you tell yourself is the one that's true about that outcome. But even more important than that is the state you're in, because the state determines, the things you actually do, the things you actually don't do. And the way that you change that fast is change your physiology or change your focus. And that's what I started concentrating on. I started making myself better as a person from the ground up, from my health. I regained that. And then I deepened my relationships. And in deepening my relationships, I started to find a few things that some things I liked, some things I didn't. I was like, man, you're not that great at relationships. I started to realize that people weren't understanding me a lot of the time. And I was like, okay, all right. So I had to work on that, and I had to be completely and totally honest with myself. It was like one of those situations like, dude, your aim just sucks. Like you can't pick up the routine plays. It's like a baseball terminology is like, just make the routine plays. It's like you don't have to make the special uh, highlight real plays. It's like just scoop up the fundamentals the majority of the time, and you are a great player. And so that's what I started working on. And then, you know, just thinking about playing the game of Siege, the next step would be to just give space for the team to work, because it, you know, everything's going good when everybody's watching their angle that they're supposed to watch and playing to their own strengths. But man, doesn't it get on your nerves whenever you're already holding an angle and one of your teammates hops in front of you because they think they can hold it better? That's not helping. That's like going behind someone's back and trying to do the same thing they're doing. They're like, you're wasting so much time and risking so much friendly fire, getting both of you killed by aligning yourself up perfectly in that angle. You know, it's like, it's just not good. And you know, communicate effectively. Again, like I kind of jumped the gun talking about this a little bit, but effective communication within playing the game itself, like while the actual action phase is going on, versus communicating in the lobby after the game is over, is two very different things. And being situationally aware of which one is which is super duper important. And you know, I knew that if I couldn't, like, if I wasn't going to be the shooter of the team, I could contribute in other ways, whether it be through information, disruption, utility, you name it. Is like I can find ways to be useful to the team by changing yourself first. And then, you know, at the end of the day, it's funny, whenever I wrote this on my outline here, it looks like plans 101, but it actually says plans LOL, because man, a plan is just a plan. And the funny thing about it, you can know your outcome, you can know why you're getting after it, but sometimes the plan that you had in mind just flat out doesn't work. Sometimes it was a bad plan. Sometimes it's failed execution. And being able to step into that responsibility as a team is vitally important. And, you know, something that I actually realized and found out along this path is whenever new teammates come in, whenever there's new DLC, the meta changes, the tactics change. It's like the tactics that got you victories yesterday aren't going to work anymore, because there are new operators on the field. There's new gadgets, new skills, new changes to the environment. You know how it comes whenever a new DLC comes in, and there's going to be an adjustment period. But just like in the game of Siege, even if you die, even if you get taken out of the round, a lot of people concentrate on what they just lost, their in-game life, right? But what did you gain? You gained a better reference point. You're now watching the game at the highest level. It's like, now I can cycle through the players, see what they see from their eyes, and I have access to all the cameras that are left, and I have access to all the other, you know, specific operator gadgets that are out. It's like, I now have this frame of reference that I can use to communicate better, to serve my team at a higher purpose. And that's really what the Gearhead tribe is all about. And that's especially what the elites are all about. And I'm, you know, like, just reconnected my purpose of building this Gearhead elite team to be this team that really makes the business side of streaming come to life and actually make it money, and to where you can change your frame of reference from winning the game of Twitch as this thing of followers and subscribers to a list of people that you own. You don't own the people, but you own the list, and those people are your team. They play varying roles. Sometimes that team is very close to you. Other times it's far away, but it's all a learning process. And just remember, guys, you're one upgrade away. That was awesome. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that, but that's it for the day. Good podcast. Okay. We're going to end it there. Good one, guys. See you next time. By the way, I have my wait list open. I have something that's about to hop off very, very quickly, and you don't want to miss the train. I'm going to show you how you can become part of the Gearhead tribe, part of the Gearhead elites even, and mine that gold by doing the stuff that you're already passionate about. You already have these skills. I bet you're already awesome. And if you're connecting with me on this message, then I know that this is for you. So hop on the waiting list, and I can't wait to show you, all the strategies, all the tactics on how we're going to make this a game and set ourselves up for absolute financial freedom. So see y'all next time.